I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
We're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello and welcome to On in 5. I'm Anton Ryder. I'm actually joined by a lot of people tonight. We'll start off with Ethan Bonine over there. How you doing, Ethan?
I'm good as always. I'm just going to school, you know, the normal stuff.
The usual, yeah. And then on the other side of the state, we've got Austin Thomas. Hey, man, what's going on?
Oh, you know, not a whole lot. I'm very excited to change the formula up right now. Get something different going on today.
Yeah, so across the world, we have got two very special guests with us tonight. We've got Dani and Bill, and they are all the way from Australia, and they run a podcast called Escape This Podcast, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's an escape room RPG type podcast where Dani will speak to us and kind of give us a room and give us clues, and it'll be a back and forth. It's very fun. You'll have to go check them out. It's Escape This Podcast. They have 91 episodes and over 200,000 downloads for it. They have had guests like the Wild Optimists, who have created the Escape Room board game, which you can get at Target or Amazon or anything like that, which I played, and it's very fun. They've had Dungeons and Daddies and Hey Riddle Riddle, which are both very popular puzzle and Dungeons and Dragons podcasts, and they've had the very popular Neil Patrick Harris on their podcast, who is a puzzle lover. And then there's us three buffoons. I don't know how we scored them, but we're so excited. So please, Bill and Dani, please introduce yourselves, and we can get on with the show. I'm not the host on this one. You guys are, so take it away.
Ooh, the hosts.
I'm afraid now. I'm out. Introduce myself.
Look, that was a very nice introduction. That was very clear. That was great. I think it's 213,000 downloads. I'll have you know.
Oh, sorry.
Told you wrong.
Look, thanks. This should be a lot of fun. So we've decided, we have this whole pile of escape rooms burning a hole in our pocket. We thought we should share them with more people. And so we thought you guys would be lovely to come on and run one of our games for you. And we're pretty excited. It is musical adjacent. So it should be pretty good.
Yeah, what are you guys' knowledge of musical theatre like? I'm not saying that the outside knowledge of musical theatre is a requirement for this by any means, but, you know.
I worked in a theater for for years while I was in college, so I've seen, I've seen Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat and American Idiot and West Side Story. I've seen them all. They're all good to me. Yeah. And I've been in green rooms as well, so I think I'm ready. Yeah, no, we all know enough to get out of this if we need to.
Have you performed in any?
Oh, no. I am not a performer.
Tony, was it Austin in high school music, like high school acting at all? I feel like he was a little bit.
Yeah, he did like The Crucible.
I think he did, and I really want to bring that up because I haven't thought about it for a long time, and thinking about Austin in high school is fun.
I guess if you're bringing that up, I do have to be totally candid. I did do a musical called Trouble at the Talent Show, and the only reason I got it was because I could do a very poor Swedish accent.
Tony, I don't remember that. I only remember Austin.
Yeah, no, I was also, but I don't like to count it because it was so.
I don't like to brag.
I don't want to. I don't even want to talk. I try to forget it every day.
It's been downhill since then. Yeah, I was not in choir or anything. I don't consider myself a singer, but I was the only other person who could do a Swedish accent, so I got the part.
That's awesome.
What was this musical about?
ABBA. So, strap in because it's a doozy. I'm surprised this thing didn't win a couple Tonys. So this thing is it's about a talent show, and so the first half is just a normal talent show where each group of people goes up and does their talent, which is just all singing, and then during right at the end of the first act, there is one of the lunch ladies is murdered, and so the second half is a murder mystery, and they have to figure out who did it.
Excellent.
And, yeah, that's it.
What year was this?
Oh boy, I don't know. 2007.
Oh, I just meant in high school because we're in the same grade.
Yeah, I think sophomore year, maybe junior year, probably sophomore year. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I had
In
to
my
be driven
first-
to my practice.
Yeah,
in my
all I
first
did.
year of high school, which for us is year 7, the first drama production that I was in, I was the main character in a short play that I believe was about consumerism, and I ended up dying in a giant pinball machine.
Oh no.
Wow, that's very profound.
Oh,
It's like Toy Story, but the aliens die.
I got it on the list.
That could
It's
be-
really
that
hard
could
when
be
everything
fun.
just shoves you away in a pinball machine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to be bumped up to the top bumper and then
Fun.
slipped up through the small hole.
Well, just one more note before we get started. Do you have real-world escape room experience?
I do not.
No.
Yes. I do.
Cool. If so, you may have heard there are a couple of pretty standard rules for escape rooms, like, you know, don't climb on stuff, don't break
think we'll be
anything,
okay.
those sorts of
Yeah.
rules. Ignore those.
Yeah, in the magical world of
Wonderful.
imagination, you can
gonna
climb and
break a
break
lot
to
of
your heart's
stuff.
content.
And that's why this is the best type of escape room.
And I can, if it's not something I wanted you to break, I'll just say no. All right. So, the worst thing imaginable has happened to you three. The audience is filing in, the little bell is ringing over the speakers in the foyer, the orchestra is warmed up, and you are still a street away from the backstage entrance. You're never late, and tonight's is the most important performance of your life as an amateur musical theatre participant.
Weighing pretty heavy.
This is our big break.
I'm sort of going to be back and forthing on whether you're 3 separate people or one person all merged in one.
We are the cast of Cats, actually.
Yes, we are cats.
We are Cats, the amateur
are.
version.
Excellent. The one with no without cat costumes.
Yeah, we're
Just say we're
we're
cats.
dressed in normal clothes, but we do act like cats.
I don't have to
You get
lick
some
myself,
Halloween
do
ears.
I?
All right. The owner of the theatre, Marius McGregor, is auditioning actors for his company, and he's in the audience tonight watching your show, scouting for new talent. And you don't mean to toot your own horn, but in this show, you're pretty good. You think you have a real shot at impressing him, getting an audition and making the move from amateur to professional. So, naturally, this is the night that your car doesn't start.
Oh man,
When
tale
you
as old as time.
The wrong musical.
When you finally make it to the theatre, you're hot and sweaty, you race into the change room / green room to get ready. Nobody else in the cast is here. Of course, they're all in the wings already. That's okay. You don't get along that great with them anyway. Shame, but some shows are like that. Luckily, while everyone else is on stage during the opening scene, your character doesn't appear until right at the end of Act 1, so you've got quite a while before you risk missing your cue. You take a breath when you step into the change room, and you take in your surroundings. So this would be the time that drawing a map of what you see might be a good idea.
All right.
Bill's already got a head start on this by drawing
What, you don't like my little character?
creepy things in the corner of his notebook.
I love that myself. I like to pride myself as an amateur cartographer here, so we're going to see how this goes.
Austin, I think he was trying to draw you.
It looked pretty accurate.
All right.
So-
Here we go.
In the center of the room is your big circular costume rack, which has on it your costume, of course, along with those for everyone in Act 2 and a few extras that have been left behind from previous shows that now belong to the theatre. Against the whole left wall is the bench with everybody's makeup and hair products, with 5 chairs pulled up to it, and a mirror that stretches all the way to the ceiling.
I'm so scared that my terrible drawing is just going to confuse me more.
It might make it
I'm
worse.
just going to look at it and say,
My
what?
horrible little letters are just going to confuse
What
me.
is
It's
that? Yeah.
going to be
That
fun.
may or may not-
That was a legitimate issue in the last episode we recorded.
There was one object that the players needed to interact with, and one of them who was in charge of the drawing, she had drawn it and then went, I don't even know what that is.
What am I looking
I'm making
at?
myself
All right.
labels here because I can see that happening to me
Yeah.
very easily.
Through a door to your right are 2 separated toilet cubicles, and near them are a bin, a trash can, and a box of costume shoes. You've also got to be remembering to do any translations on the fly.
A bin
So-
is a trash can.
Well, our last guests for this room were Australian, so I'm not sure. Like,
You know, I made the connection, but I'm glad you clarified.
Yes.
I drew a bin and a trash can, so here we go.
Covering all the bases.
I got everything.
Wait, is that just 2 bins or are they different things?
Yeah, I was just drawing like a metal bin and then a trash can as well.
Oh, you're gonna throw this whole thing on.
They're the same thing to me.
You're going to be looking in
it'll
the
be
bin. You're
fine.
supposed to be looking in the trash can. Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
In the upper right corner is a professional-looking keyboard for warming up and last-minute practice.
I'm gonna write professional looking. I feel like that's important.
Yeah, make sure to get when you draw it, that the keys are weighted. Make sure that that's evident.
Yeah, I can make that translate over.
What model of keyboard is this? Who's the maker? All right.
Toys R Us.
Microcord.
Oh, thank you.
Very professional.
Thank you. Toys are.
That's where I bought my first keyboard.
That's where I bought my first skateboard, and it was awful.
One and the same.
All right, I got my professional looking keyboard in the upper right hand corner.
Against the wall opposite you, so the far upper wall, is a box where everybody puts their music scores at the end of a show's run, as well as a huge case of microphones and sound equipment.
Wow, doing this in Sharpie was maybe the worst decision I could take. Grabbed the closest thing I had to me.
Good.
You look down to your immediate right, and you see that the vase that sits by the door for performers' flowers has a huge bouquet in it.
Austin got an art degree in college, and he has actually not been able to use it since he graduated. So we are excited to see what he comes up with tonight.
Would if you want to send us your maps, please do.
Oh,
Oof.
can do.
I don't think I want to.
We will. Don't worry.
I'm going with a really loose
I'll
interpretation.
send you mine
so-
first to ease you. All right, so vase sitting by the door with flowers in it. You briefly wonder who that's for, but the speaker on the roof above your head suddenly stops chiming and descends into quiet static, meaning the show is seconds from starting. Right, you have more important things to be getting on with? Stuck to the wall beside the door on your left is a sign-in sheet, and you hurriedly mark your presence before rushing to get dressed and made up. Moments after you start getting ready, the door slams shut behind you. You turn, expecting to see somebody, but all you see is the closed door. You give the handle an experimental tug. It doesn't budge. There's some sort of magnetic-style lock keeping it closed. No, this can't be happening. You can't have accidentally locked yourself in, not tonight. This show will be a disaster if you don't get out before your cue, and you will be blamed, it will be horrible, and Marius McGregor will never give you an audition. So you have to fix this, and you have to fix this right now.
No.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting
Ticket to Broadway.
getting such cold feet about even being in this play.
Can I go home?
I don't think I was cut out for it.
I feel like I should forewarn you. I've done a lot of reading through the notes, but I found at least one thing in my own notes that has made me go, whoa, what is that? So I'm going to be learning as we go.
handwriting.
We'll see how it goes.
Time.
Okay, so to clarify, we are one person, 3 voices, which is a few less than normal, so I'm good with that. And, okay, so we are one person and we're trying to impress Marius McGregor.
And I'm just going to call you all Mr.
Sorry.
Mistopheles.
Yep.
Cool.
I
love it.
like that, Mr. Mary.
That's great.
Okay.
All right.
Well, are we ready? Are we ready to start looking?
I want to say, yeah.
Get going.
Figure out how to get out of this room.
Yeah, you're free to take a closer look at or interact with whatever you want.
Okay.
right.
Anything that sounded important.
I want to start by looking at that vase. I want to look at the flowers.
Yeah,
You check out the vase, and I'm going to check out this professional-looking keyboard, because I'm pretty sure there's a combination of keys somewhere in there.
Austin, this is a call and response section. She's got to tell us what's going on.
Also, we're one person, so that wouldn't have worked.
But you have very long arms.
Yes, we can reach everything. It's a very small green room.
Let's check out this vase. What are you thinking with the vase?
All right, so first of all, the vase itself. We call it vase.
Yeah.
Vase, sorry.
No apology.
All right. Vase.
No, that's just
I can adapt.
Vase.
like without putting on a full-on fake American accent. I can't call it a vase. That's too weird. That's the one I can't shift to.
You know, I don't blame you for that, because it doesn't sound as good.
No, yeah.
Vase is way better.
Americans have the sloppiest accent there is. There's no doubt about that.
We definitely do.
The whole country. All right. Back in the green room. Let's go.
All right, so the vase itself is entirely clear, beautifully polished glass. You can't see a pattern on it, but actually, when you touch it, you feel that there are some hard-to-see, upraised, bumpy bits. It's like there's a pattern to it. The vase is just too clean for you to actually see what the pattern is.
Okay.
Okay.
As for the bouquet that is sitting inside the vase, it's wrapped, this bouquet is wrapped in the coloured plastic that presumably it was in when it was purchased. It must have been bought from the theatre gift shop because the plastic has Marius McGregor's logo on it. The flowers themselves, quite lovely, and there's a small handwritten card sitting among their stems.
Hey, we got to read that card.
Yeah, what's this card say?
All right, so it's addressed to Emma, one of the others in the cast, and it looks like it's a terrible free verse poem.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Wonderful.
It's like freeform jazz. It's terrible.
I'm gonna read it to you line by line. I'm gonna try to be expressive. Actually, do you want to do it?
Sure, I
right.
can be part of this.
So read it line by line.
Can we get a beat behind this?
Like a soft sax or something.
Free verse. It won't be contained by your beat.
Here we are. This could be important.
All right.
Emma, my star.
Ooh, that's the best way to indicate it.
Go out on that stage and perform. Amazing as you are, you'll dazzle. Singing, dancing. Such a talented triple threat. Everyone will see it. Marius McGregor will be entranced.
I can't click very well, so this is just him rubbing it in my face.
He will.
My kid, when he clicks, he pretends to do it with his finger and does it with his mouth. So he just
You could do that.
There we go.
just do that.
He will throw rolls at you. That's rolls
Rolls?
within. That's rolls like ROLES. He's not a.
not dinner rolls.
He's not an angry baker.
Extra butter.
Yeah.
All right.
Sandy, Roxy, Elphaba, L. Up there you shine. You are magic. Lose yourself on the stage, and I will bend over backwards to help you succeed. Or rather, as it's written, bend over backwards to help you succeed.
Okay.
As backwards is in all caps.
That wasn't meant
That's
to be
a clue.
erotic, was it?
That's a clue.
I mean, everything's a little bit erotic.
Hey, yeah. We're taking everything with a healthy dose of eroticism.
Always.
Backwards is important. I know it is.
It's got to be. I need tape in here. Or
I don't know how, and it also might not be. Also, we know this is not from Marius because he's talking about Marius in the third person.
Yes.
Unless.
Could still be him. We don't know how narcissistic.
Could be you. Do you remember doing it?
I might use this on my wife later. See how that does.
Nothing
how
but
she
tater
goes
tots,
for it.
Don't
dude.
forget the snaps. though.
Hell, the snaps will be there. That's a promise. All right. Well, that is a very good poem. Do we want to leave that for now and go explore the piano, as Austin said?
I'm
let's
interested
do
in the
it.
piano.
The professional looking piano.
It's a keyboard, I thought.
It's a keyboard. Yeah, my mistake.
I have a list of keywords, and I have professional and backwards.
Perfect.
I know that.
You
All right.
head over to the keyboard. It is in perfect working condition. It has more settings than you know what to do with. If you had time, you'd try to make up a little vocal warm-up for yourself, but you might have to go on stage cold tonight because there's clearly more important things to worry about.
Oh no.
But if you just press on the buttons, they work.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So
good to
we're
know.
definitely not proficient in the keyboard. That is not our bag.
Hey, can I look at those 5 chairs?
Absolutely.
Can we look at them, Ethan?
Yeah, can
call.
we, the royal we.
You guys are wasting time. Come on, we got it. We have a show. We have to be on stage. Let's go. I need a little fire.
So-
Get us
All
there,
five.
man.
So all 5 of these chairs are pulled up to the hair and makeup bench. They aren't assigned. Normally you just grab whichever one's free when you need one. And they all look pretty much the same. Nothing really catches your attention about them at this stage.
Nothing underneath them or anything like that if you were to flip them all over? Or...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, that's interesting. On the underside of each chair, you do find something. There are labels on them. The leftmost chair has a label that says women, and then the next one says men. The next two both say women, and the final one says men. It's a bit strange, but then it occurs to you maybe at some point in the past the change rooms were gender segregated and the furniture was labeled to make sure nothing got confused or cross-contaminated. That's not the word I want.
Yeah.
Somehow works though.
So they alternate, is what you're saying?
No, it's
not
women,
quite.
men, women, men.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I want to go back to that piano and play a quick hot cross buns on there. What other
Wow.
what else do we think could really trigger something here?
Bink, 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 bink.
Let's look underneath that trash bin.
Okay.
What have I called it? What have I called that? Did I call it bin or did I call it trash? I called it bin. Excellent. My notes are in alphabetical order. It makes a big difference.
We got to get a consensus here.
All right,
It's
so
the
you head over to the bin.
can.
Aside from all of the usual rubbish like used tissues and makeup wipes and all that stuff, sitting inside this bin is a thin magazine flipped open to one of its early pages. It's a TW magazine, your favorite, Theatre Watch.
Of course.
Quite an old issue, though. Yeah. The open page has a huge smiling picture of Marius McGregor, along with an interview with him. You give it a quick skim, and it's mostly typical interview stuff. What was your inspiration for blah, blah, blah? How do audiences respond to this and that? What do you think the future holds for... But there is one section that catches your eye, because it's McGregor's answer to a question about how he casts his actors. Would you like to read that as Marius?
I guess.
Here we go. I will be Marius.
All right.
Well, obviously talent is
Oh,
important.
no.
I can't have some glassy-eyed wallflower in my productions, but that's not all there is to it. I require all of my actors to have impeccable taste. Before I cast someone, I ask them 3 questions. Their favourite show, whether it be a musical, an opera, or a play, along with their favourite Broadway song and character. You'll learn a lot about a person from their answers to these questions. I've never met a soul whose answers perfectly match my own. When that day comes, that actor will find themselves at a serious advantage. See, my name's McGregor, so I went for Scottish.
I get
It
it.
went real Scottish. I respect
No,
it a bit,
that was
man.
great.
I like it.
That was really
I
good.
like it a lot.
I was in the room with the man
So as a
himself.
quick
Wow.
recap, those 3 questions were favourite show, favourite Broadway song, and character.
Oh my god. This is heating up and I don't even know where
So
it's going.
not only do we have to escape the room, we also have to try and get in McGregor's head.
No one's ever had the same answers as
Steel
me.
trap, it seems
I'm a
like.
mysterious man.
Gosh.
I don't take him for like a phantom kind of guy. That seems
Yeah,
too
no,
simple.
definitely not. Okay, so
All right.
let's go. Let's look in the shoebox while we're in the bathroom.
There aren't that many shoes in the shoebox right now. Presumably, everyone's wearing them. A couple of pairs of boots for people who need them in Act 2. There are 2 pairs of ballet flats for the 2 dancers in a certain ballet number. There's 1 pair of tap shoes because every show has 1 tap dancing character. And of course, there's your shoes for Act 1. You should probably put those on.
And we do.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
I guess.
So a pair of boots, 2
2
tap
ballet
dance
shoes and
or
1 tap
ballet shoes.
dancing.
Ah, that's what it is.
So is that 1 pair or is
Yes.
that 1 single tap?
No, it was all in
gotcha.
pairs.
2 pairs of everything. Okay, gotcha. Okay, well,
I would kill to see a show with a 1-legged tap dance.
that could be fun. Yeah,
Yeah, how impressive would that be?
Is that a thing? Someone Google that.
we'll Google it when we get out. That yeah, I'm in. That could be a residency in Vegas.
Very
So
fun.
let's then head over to the box for the mics and scores.
We don't want to dip into the toilet at all.
We
don't think
can
anything's in there?
we can go bows deep in the toilet quick. Yeah.
I'll get my
How
hands
nervous
dirty.
are you feeling?
I want to get in there deep. I want to take the back off of it. I want to look up under the rim.
Wow.
All right, so
McGregor's
first of
out
all-
there. We got to get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
If it's dirty, I'll clean it first.
All right, so there are 2 cubicles in this little toilet area. Would you like to go into cubicle 1 or cubicle 2?
Let's start in
Feeling
2.
crazy. Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mine.
Let's do 2.
All right, so cubicle 2. In this one, people have gone crazy with graffiti. There are all sorts of little cartoons, little jokes. Most of them are terrible, but some of them actually make you think. One graffito stands out. It's a little bit more gibberish than all the rest. It starts with a little squiggle, kind of like a tilde, a right arrow, then a frowny face, all in one row. And underneath it, there's a series of letters and numbers.
Frowny face, and then letters and numbers, you said.
Yeah, so those letters and numbers are 9F, 3R, two L, 5L, 6L, 2R. Those pictures, that's the part of the notes that I can't remember. I have no idea what that means.
Oh no! All right,
Wow, this is
It'll
fun.
come to you.
I'm gonna hope that means we don't have to pay too much attention to that right now.
I think.
I'm hoping it makes sense later.
It'll come to you. It'll
So
come.
my guess, I'm going to guess on here is, and we could try this later because we don't know anything about the keyboard. There's an F key on a keyboard. That's a note. And then it could be you go 3 to the right, 2 to the left, 5 to the left, 6 to the left, and then back 2 to the right. And whatever note you land on is a note that you will need later. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but I'm putting that in the universe so that everyone hears it right now.
Good idea.
Tony.
Yeah.
Good to do
So-
that.
Look at you.
So let's
Look at you.
let's now go over. Let's check number 1. Let's check
Yeah,
toilet
yeah,
1.
Number 1.
We already did know.
Yeah, can we label them A and B, please?
All right, so I go cubicle number 1 is spotless. No graffiti in this one at all. However, you feel a bit dismayed when you peer into the actual toilet bowl. It's not that it's gross. It's a copy of your CV. All of the actors in your show printed them out and they were collected and given to Marius McGregor so he could read them if he wanted. At least that's what you thought happened. Evidently yours didn't quite get that far.
Oh no!
Yikes.
So ruthless.
Grimacing, you fish it out of the toilet by the one corner that's still dry, and as you do so, you realize that somebody, more than one somebody even, has written little messages all over it. They're written by other members of the cast. Emma, Jack, Serena, the whole lot of them, and they're all making fun of you. Yeah, you knew you weren't
all over again.
right? You knew you weren't friends,
no.
but this is so much worse than that. These comments are savage, and they stole your CV to wreck your chances with Marius McGregor.
No.
Right at the end, you notice this little written interaction. Should be an interesting performance tonight. Would be a shame if somebody couldn't find their way out of the change room. OMG, what? I'll tell you with the mirror. Shh.
What a setup. Yeah, we got to get into that mirror.
Mirror.
Okay. Well.
Need to fog up that mirror.
Yeah,
dude.
let's go
Something
check out the
stinks
mirror.
in this bathroom, and I want to get to the
I
bottom
need to
of it.
start. I need to start fogging up that mirror right about now.
Yeah, let's
well,
skip the box.
yeah.
Let's go straight to that mirror.
I can't, you would love to fog it up, but man, it's filthy enough that you aren't sure that you really want to reveal what's being on this mirror. It's like everything that's within head height is kind of nasty. No one's been washing it down after each performance, so grubby fingerprints, nose prints from when people leaned in too close, hairspray residue, just heaps of other gross stuff.
I got to say,
It might all be sneezes.
to break the facade for a minute, that's 100% correct. Mm-hmm. Theater mirrors are grody. But
Yeah.
we'll move. But yeah. Okay. So
I
is
don't
there
even like sitting in the chairs anymore.
is there anything of note that we can see on the mirrors? Or just all grub?
It just seems to be all grub. You don't see like any messages written in Sharpie or even in fingerprints, anything like that.
Okay.
So we can't fog it up and reveal anything. We know that.
No.
We couldn't
Okay.
use like
That's-
something from the makeup to reveal it.
So through the mirror, what are we... So is there something in the room that we don't know about yet that's backwards? Backwards! Oh my God, we're on.
Oh,
God,
another
Yeah, you
taste
can.
it on my tongue.
backwards.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Should we go
can't
for the
forget about
box?
that.
Yeah.
What would that?
Do we want the mic box or the box for all the music from after?
Let's go. I think they're one and the same, aren't they? Maybe they're
No,
not.
there were two separate boxes.
My doodle was totally inaccurate.
Thomas is sharp as a tack.
They
we can
have
go-
to be separate boxes because anything sound equipment related, cast is not allowed to touch. That is the hard and fast rule of theatre.
Woo.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Okay, well, let's go through the mic box first.
Okay,
Told him
so
not to do that.
These are trying times, Austin. These are desperate times.
all right, yeah, this whole big sound equipment stack on the left side of it are the microphones, and you've been conditioned not to mess around with these without a sound tech's supervision. But you might have to break the rules a little bit tonight because they're already all out on stage or supervising the stage. So there are three components to these microphones. There's the wiry piece that wraps around your ear and sits by your mouth. There's the mic pouch that wraps around your waist like a belt. And there's the mic pack, which sits inside the pouch and connects to the headpiece with a cable, the thing that does all the actual work.
And does the mic pack power on or anything?
Yes, they would definitely power on.
Okay.
A fair few of these mic packs are missing, naturally, because they're on the other actors that are already on stage. But of those that are left, you see the mic pouches all have McGregor's logo on them. And they're all numbered with both a simple number from 1 to 15 and a really, really long serial code. You don't see any obvious codes or cryptic puzzles about these numbers, though. They're just really long serial codes. With the microphones themselves, you're pretty familiar with how they work. You don't see anything extraordinary about them. So it's connected to the mic pack by not just one long cable, actually, two long cables. They meet in the middle, so one half of the cable is permanently attached to the earpiece, and the other is permanently attached to the mic pack, and they plug in together halfway.
Okay.
The mic packs are the rectangular boxes about the size of your palm. They've got an on-off switch, seem to be working, and they've got two dials, both labeled min-max. So, minimum at one end, maximum at the other end, presumably, for adjusting volume or feedback or something like that. You probably shouldn't mess with them too much because if you try to plug one into yourself for when you're ready to go on stage, if you've messed it up, it might make you sound terrible.
Yeah, if we ever get out of here, that's the last thing I want.
Yeah. Imagine getting on stage and then sounding terrible. Okay, let's look in the score box now.
So this is where everyone puts their music when they're done with it at the end of the rehearsal period. Almost all the actors have returned theirs, and a handful of orchestra members, the show-offs who have memorized the whole show, all of these scores look like they're in reasonably good condition.
All right. Anything of significance that pops out to us?
Not particularly.
It's a giant key.
This.
That's what I'm interested in.
And you take it, you put it in the door, and it opens.
Well, done. So with these music scores, you're supposed to, you write notes in them throughout the rehearsal period for yourself, and you're meant to erase them all at the end. Some people get a bit lazy about that, but you don't find anything immediately significant when you flip through stuff.
Okay.
Everything just looks like music notes.
The way I see it, it's like the Half-Blood Prince all over again. Got to make those little notes in there. Okay, so do you guys want to go check out our costume?
Ooh, what about that?
Yeah, in the middle of the room.
Ooh, okay, we'll go sign-in sheet first. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
This is an official McGregor Theatre sign-in sheet, not just some piece of A4 paper like most companies use. McGregor's logo is printed in the top corner, and below it is a huge Excel-esque table. It contains the name of everyone in the cast, crew, and orchestra, along with the performance dates, people's signatures, and a column to tick if you've returned your music score. You're supposed to sign it on every performance date, but again, some people are lazy. You, on the other hand, are very diligent about it.
Obviously, we're trying to get a big contract here.
Yeah.
Any significance on that one?
there are, it's hard to say. Some people have definitely not returned their music yet. Some people have not signed off on certain performance dates, all that sort of thing. And a bit hard to tell at the moment whether any of them are important or whether that's just natural laziness.
Sure, I get it.
Okay.
I don't mean to point fingers right out of the gate, but I think Emma did this to us.
Emma seems pretty fishy, but
I'm
Suspect.
I don't think I like Emma too much. She gets flowers delivered with a nice letter by a mysterious man, and then writes on our resume. I don't like her. Okay,
I'm
so
getting an incredibly bad foot cramp right now, and I think that was her fault too.
Take your shoes off.
I had
the
bananas in
theater
the
shoes
green
off.
room, and somebody ate all of them.
Did we not tell you that your shoes for the end of Act 1 are 8-inch heels? No wonder you paid her.
wow,
Well, I've been trying to break them in, so yeah, I've been walking around this whole time in them.
all
Right, let's
no
look
pain,
at
no
the
gain.
costumes.
All right,
Costumes.
So this costume rack, even though people are currently on stage wearing their costumes, it's completely packed. You can't even count the number of outfits that are hanging up here. So your costume for tonight's show is still here. It's all fine. But, of course, nobody else's Act 1 costume is. Their regular clothes are hanging here instead. And along with them, there are the costumes for Act 2. But the majority of the rack is made up of costumes from older shows. Marius McGregor tends to buy his costumes rather than rent them, and he just apparently keeps them here when they're not being used.
very savvy of him.
So if there's a show that you know of and you've just always wanted to try, like if you've always wanted to put on the Cowardly Lion costume, all yours.
Can I put on the Phantom's mask? I would like to wear that right now.
Absolutely.
Can we make
Somehow,
that? Yes, we are.
somehow it feels like it fits the tone.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of a cloak in any situation, so...
You do have to talk with your hand in front of your mouth now because you're wearing a
No,
mask.
only half your mouth.
Yeah, it doesn't cover the mouth. Come on.
Yeah, my
man.
mistake.
Don't worry, Austin. I got my finger over your mouth.
So can we pull our own costume off the rack right now? Is
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's do that.
All good.
Let's get
Yeah.
our costume out.
Get
and set it
yourself
up.
ready.
Yeah.
No one has severed your cattail,
We
that's
appreciate
a
it.
plus.
Yeah, they not too malicious apparently.
I wish they would have. That might get us a little closer to what happened here.
So is there anything? I mean, can we check? I want to check the pockets of our costume and any, if there are any pockets. Check the costume over for any clues.
There are 18 pockets in your costume, but they're all empty.
Useless. Useless pockets.
So, do we want to try your keyboard thing? Is that something?
Yeah, let's try that
Yeah. So
keyboard thing.
do we know where the F key is on the keyboard?
Well, it's a pretty big keyboard. There are a few F keys.
Is there a ninth?
So the ninth.
Is there a
F.
ninth F key by chance? I don't.
Probably not.
That's a big keyboard.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how big they go. Okay, well, okay.
But either way, you give this a try. So you pick one of the Fs and you go up and down a bit, and it's making noise.
Okay.
But you don't notice anything particularly significant about the noise. I am not actually sure what note that would end on if you follow those instructions, so
Yeah,
I'm not
I
going to
don't
hazard a
have a
guess.
clue.
That is-
It's a 1 in 7 guess, and I'm not taking it.
I love
I
it.
respect that.
We have not checked the makeup yet on the table. Is there?
Ooh, no.
Can we check the makeup bottles? Can we pick
Yeah,
those up
absolutely.
and shake them and whatnot?
Or the table in general.
Ooh,
What's
yeah.
all on there? What do we...
All right, so there's mostly makeup and hair products that are sitting on here. So as for makeup, there's a whole list that you can go with. Foundation, blush, concealer, mascara, eyeliner, every paint and powder you can think of. And you should take a moment to apply some of your own because you can't risk looking washed out under the spotlight.
Of course.
We're getting out of here.
There are also heaps of hairspray bottles, and they're all packed into one corner of the bench, the furthest corner from the sound equipment, because you've been told over and over again that hairspray and microphones don't mix. As a result, you can't really tell whose hair product is whose. All you've got is this ocean of colourful, pretty-smelling aerosols.
Ooh, I love it. So just a pile, cluster of hairspray.
Exactly. It's kind of like the shampoo graveyard in everyone's shower.
Yep.
Too
All
relatable.
accustomed. When I had hair, I was accustomed to that.
Is there anything significant about the ceiling speaker? Can we
let's
touch
take a look
that?
at
Can we
that.
tap
yeah,
that?
ceiling speaker.
Well, it's just out of your reach. Looking at it from here, you can see perhaps something of note. There's a small socket, like you could plug something into it if you wanted. Sound-wise at the moment, it's just emitting static white noise.
Okay.
Plug something in.
Can we take a microphone and plug it into that? Well, a headset?
It's a bit... it's just out of your reach.
Can we scooch a chair over?
Use a chair. Use a
Oh,
chair.
it's climbing time. Yes,
Alright.
you can easily take one of the chairs and use that to stand on it.
We really haven't embraced the fact that we can break things. I want to break one makeup bottle, and then I want to scooch the chair over violently.
I'd like to do you one better, and I'd like to get one of the toilets from the stall to stand on. Rather than
Yeah, just rip a toilet stall out. I like that.
You wrench out one of the toilets and you hurl it against the mirror.
we're out, right? Like, does that get us out?
Yeah, I think that's it. We're
one way.
Yeah, but it also gets you out of any future McGregor performance.
That's rock and roll, baby.
I think you might respect the ingenuity. But
It's rock and roll style. Okay, so we've scooched the chair over.
Yeah, so you take one of these mic packs and the wire that sort of connects the headpiece. You pull that in half so that it's not just plugged into itself. You stand on the chair and you go up and you plug it in. It does fit. It fits in. It goes in quite easily. But sound-wise, it's still just a static.
Can we talk into the mic we have and have anyone hear us?
So
So they're going to come through the feeders?
Send out an SOS.
I should have specified the one that plugged in wasn't the one attached to the headpiece. It's the one attached to the mic pack.
So the mic pack
sorry.
is attached to it right now.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's now, you let go and it just sort of dangles from the speaker.
Can we mess with the dials on there? Can we mess with the volume and gain
Volume.
or whatever the dials are to turn it up and down?
You can, but it feels like maybe there are an awful lot of settings that could be set to, and messing with both of them at once, that's just increasing the number of possibilities that are out there. You might need some help figuring out what you need.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. So we're on to something here.
So far, we've plugged in a mic. We are doing great.
Okay.
And you've yelled the word backwards a lot.
Yeah, no, I know it's important. I just don't know how yet. But I'm very sure of it. Okay.
So on the vase, there was. So what are the chances
Some
we
bumps.
know like Morse code or Braille?
Or Braille.
Yeah. Have we learned Braille in our theater studies?
Yes, but it doesn't feel like the Braille that you know. Doesn't feel like it's
those
quite set up
lessons
like normal
wasted.
Braille.
Wow.
But you give it a feel, and it's still quite hard to tell. But you think that there are just normal letters in there.
Oh, the
you think that-
bumps make out letters?
That's sort of what it feels like.
Okay.
So we can't make out the letters though. We just know that they
You think
might
you
be
can-
there.
You think you can recognize a couple, but there are a couple that are kind of close together, so it might be a little bit ambiguous.
Can we
Definitely help if you could see them.
Can we get like some makeup and like go over this vase to like make them
To cover it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Austin.
Look at you.
I'm
Get some
cooking with
foundation.
grease in here.
All right, you take some foundation and you just apply a thin, nice layer over the vase to just get a clear indication of where these sticky outy bumps are. And starting from a random point, you find a whole bunch of letters. You start with the letter N, and that's the first one that you find. And you paint around the vase, going around. The next one is a G, M, U, S, I, C, I, A, N, M, I, S, S, I.
Missing musician.
Oh, how silly of you. I guess you started at the wrong point. Starting at the N wasn't the start of this message.
Clearly.
Was that it?
Yeah, it's missing musician.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, okay.
It could be musician missing.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you're too confident
Backwards!
here. You
But missing.
you can't just say yes. With
It's on backwards, you fools!
all right.
Huh. Okay. Well, that is something.
I don't know what though.
Missing musician. We're
Okay.
the
something to do
missing
with the music
musician. Are we
scores?
Emma?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm a girl.
What kind of fight club is this? Okay.
When I
So,
go ahead, Austin.
no, I was just gonna ask what was on that note. I kind of forgot. I ran out of.
The poem.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Okay,
Sorry. You go, Ethan.
If I took the arrangement of 9F, 3R, 2L5, L6, L2R, if I put that in the mirror, does it represent something else when it's mirrored?
I don't believe it does. I'm sorry. I'm bad at no. I gotta still practice this. I'm still bad at saying no to people. So no, it doesn't.
You're right. 100% get that.
You are wrong. Stop.
Yeah.
Even when it's like necessary, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
I was military. I'm used to getting look
But
stupid.
there's still something with these chairs too. I feel like.
Yeah.
This women,
Men.
women, men.
So far we have we know that the vase says missing musician. We know that there's a mic hanging from the ceiling. The piano plays well, very professional looking. And then there's a graffitied bathroom and shoes.
If I had to give a point to focus on, I would be going back to that poem.
That poem,
Oh, all right.
the one that I poorly wrote.
Backwards.
Yeah, we need to let's break this down a little more.
Backwards.
Yeah, more than just the one word I focused on.
I feel like the names have something to do. Those are just there. Sandy, Roxy, Ephabel, and Belle.
That's Elphaba, the main character of Wicked.
Elphaba.
Alphabet.
Elphaba. Like the character from Wicked.
Yeah, like we were just told.
Ah, man. I'm not even in the same room as you
I'm
guys.
not gonna let you take that like you knew.
Oh, like Elphaba, the main character from Wicked, right?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it
that's
now.
where I knew that name.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Yeah, I deserve. Like I
right.
said, belittling me just built me up. I needed it.
That's why you invited us here, right?
Right.
Yeah. This is
Exactly why
actually
we're
just a
here.
roast.
Okay, who can read this whole poem backwards?
All right.
I think that's where we should start.
Tony, read it backwards to me because I don't have it all written down.
Goal your reach to backwards over bend will I am.
Okay, but actually read it forwards, please.
Okay. Emma, my star, go out on that stage and perform. Amazing as you are, you'll dazzle. Singing, dancing. Such an amazing triple threat. Triple threat, that's probably pretty important.
Yeah.
Everyone will see it. Marius McGregor will be entranced. He will throw rolls at you. Sandy, Roxy, Elphaba, Belle. Up there you shine, your magic. Lose yourself on that stage, and I will bend over backwards to reach your goal.
Backwards! It's me, I'll bend over backwards for you!
Okay. Man, as illuminating as that was, I got nothing.
Triple threat. So what's something that...
That there's three of.
And we also need to focus on the fact that we need to get into Marius's head and know his favorite show.
Well, that's what I'm
Broadway's-
thinking the triple threat might mean.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
three things that he required them. Yeah, a show, a Broadway song, and a character.
Which
Just-
are definitely something that I wrote down and can't find.
To keep you
I have like 4 pages
to make
of
sure
notes.
that you don't like end up with your thoughts in a direction that they don't need to go. This card is entirely a self-contained puzzle. It does not require to solve it. You don't need anything else in the room.
Wow, okay.
That is very helpful. Okay, who's got a guess?
I think backwards might play a part.
I think that could be important here. I'm just not sure how.
Amazing as you are, you'll dazzle. Such even Marius. And lose up, Sandy, he Marius ever such singing amazing go Emma. I don't think that made any sense.
But it's certainly backwards.
Yeah,
It was 100% backwards. And lose up, Sandy, he Marius, everyone such singing amazing go Emma. If you put the inflection on it, it sounded better, but doesn't make any more sense.
Okay.
And yet it's a good idea what you are doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so there's something in here backwards, I think.
I think you're right.
But is there any part of this that makes sense when the words are reversed?
You're so close. I want to cry a little.
Because it is true that it is true that one of the things we did make very clear during the recording, because it was where those line breaks are.
Yes. So maybe the last word?
Oh man, I didn't focus on the breaks. I wrote it all kind of just. Well, I mean, not.
What were all of
clicking
those
for nothing.
clicks for?
Gotta read everything backwards.
I thought Tony had this part.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I got it all written down, but you want me to read it to you again?
Tony, did you get all the breaks in there?
Yeah. Mine is written like in.
Okay,
Nice.
Okay, so it's Emma My Star break,
Yep.
right? And then
Go
it's
out on that
that
stage and perform.
break. As amazing as you are, is
No.
that break?
You'll dazzle and then break.
As you are, you'll dazzle break.
And then singing, dancing, break.
Okay.
Such an amazing triple threat, break. Everyone will see it.
break.
Marius McGregor will be entranced. He will throw rolls at you. Sandy, Roxy, Elphaba, Bell. Up there you shine, you're magic. Lose yourself on that
What?
stage.
No, that line break is actually lose yourself on that stage, and I will. Then the break.
Oh,
The fine line starts on
everything,
bend
maybe.
over backwards.
So we got to repiece this with the breaks.
isn't that what you did?
I mean, I'm having a hard time with the whole thing written down here. This Sharpie is really kicking me in the butt here.
it was a bold choice. I will say that.
It was a
Tony
good
has a-
instinct
it was
earlier. You
confident.
took the first word from every line, but it didn't sort of lead you anywhere.
What about the last
Okay.
words?
Goal, will, magic, bell, you, entranced, it, threat, dancing, dazzle, perform. Dancing, dazzle, perform. Perform, dazzle, dancing, threat, it, entranced, you, bell. Magic, will, goal.
Yeah, that doesn't seem any more helpful than the first words.
Nope, that wasn't helpful at all.
This is the part where whoever is listening to this is like, these guys are
Someone
guys.
is listening at home.
Oh,
being
yeah.
like,
like,
they are
it's this.
shouting.
Here's the answer. You idiot.
Yeah, it's so
That's why
Yeah,
we made this
figured out.
podcast for those
That's the
people.
first
Yeah,
clue.
they're the real audience.
And to them, I say, yeah, please don't send us your medical bills if you have an aneurysm or something.
Alright, such an amazing triple threat. Oh my god.
Everyone will see it.
I got nothing here. This is driving me insane.
It's a blush message. It's the first letter of each line upwards.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, blush message.
So is that just revealing how we revealed the letters
No.
on the
No,
base?
actually.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
you used,
I was gonna
you used
say, oh, man.
foundation for that.
So is there
That's
a
true,
bottle?
we did.
Is there a bottle of blush
There are
on the
lots of-
table?
Compacts of blush. But yeah, it's...
Okay, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know anything about makeup.
Yeah.
Is there an article of blush?
There is one
Third
blush.
instance of blush.
No, everyone has blushes, so there are lots of them.
Okay, blush message.
Can we go through them and read them?
There doesn't seem to be anything too outstanding about them themselves. They are what they seem to be, just a whole bunch of loose powder.
Do they have lids on them?
Yes.
They're all just little containers
Can we-
of blush-coloured powder. As many as you want.
Can we throw it on the mirror?
Yeah, is there anything that we can put blush on? What is blush?
Yeah, what is that?
That's what my
Makes
cheeks
your
look
cheeks
like all the
rosy.
time.
Yeah, it's
powder.
colourful powder.
Yeah.
So okay, so it's just a okay. Got it.
I feel like
How about it?
you've said that as a joke. You made the suggestion as a joke.
Yeah, that
Putting
was
it
a
on our
joke.
face?
Okay, can we
Wait, which part?
Hold on.
Yeah.
back up.
There are a couple of things were thrown out there. One of them sounded like it was suggested as a joke, but you did the thing where it was a joke, but it's actually real.
Oh, throwing it on the mirror?
Oh no.
That mirror.
Yeah, do that.
That mirror is super gross
gotta
and
be it,
sticky.
right?
And you are looking for a message.
And a loose powder that you are looking for.
We'll stick to
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Ethan's our joke guy that's on something.
Yeah, I guess.
this is just
Dang it.
how teams work. Now you've got to...
You weren't even confident in your own idea.
Nope.
All right, so we do that. We take 5 bottles of blush and throw them at the
Most
mirror.
of it
Chuck
just
it.
floats through the air like a pinky brown fog, but some of it sticks to the hairspray residue that's on the lower half of the mirror. And the bits that stick do form some very clear words. On the left, you see a sentence that's just insulting you, like the ones written on the CV. Great.
Naturally, yeah.
Stupid.
You find something that you can use to wipe that one away. On the right, though, there are 2 words that have nothing to do with bullying you.
Oh no.
Mango and pouch.
Mango pouch. So could that be something to do with the mic pouches?
Could be.
Good.
So we want to go back to the mic rack.
Don't take my word for it, because I don't actually know.
And then is there anything that's labeled mango or anything like that that matches this?
No, it does seem fair that the word pouch would refer to the only pouchy things in here that are indeed called pouches, but you don't have a clue how you would get mango from one of these things, because again, all they've got on them is their regular number and their long serial number.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so they
There seems to be nothing that specifies mango about these things.
Do we think this graffiti in the bathroom has anything to do with the pouches? Like the numbers on the pouches? I don't know what the letters would be, I guess.
Yeah, they don't feel like they match.
Okay.
It's not the worst idea, but yeah, there doesn't seem to quite be any
It's also
congruence
not
there.
a good one.
okay.
right.
So is there a distinguishable beginning and end on the clothes rack?
No, it's a circle.
Okay.
I drew that wrong.
I even asked that one again.
Good.
All right. Sorry, everyone. I'm doing this for me, okay?
How the frick are we getting out of here, guys?
Oh, man.
I just figured we'd just hang
Getting
out in here.
claustrophobic.
I like it. It's fun.
Luckily, they just finished the overture, so we have plenty of time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, and these flowers are from the gift shop. I don't know that matters, but...
Yeah, the only
It's
reason you could tell that they were from the gift shop was because it's like McGregor's own personal plastic is wrapping them.
You know, truth be told,
I
I don't know
gotta
if
say,
I want to
this
work
vase-
for this McGregor guy.
This vase is not, because it has a message on it.
Yeah. Yeah, where did that
That's
vase
it.
come from?
Should you choose to, you can look at that plastic.
Let's look at the plastic.
Do we want to? Do we want to unwrap the flowers?
Yeah, why not?
And let's
They're for-
throw them in
they're
the
just
toilet.
for
when we're
Emma.
done. Yeah, I don't like Emma, so
Yeah.
let's get rid of those
So-
as soon as we can.
Yeah, cool. So you unwrap them from their protective plastic because who needs yeah. Wow, I was just going to say who needs protection.
Don't even bother with it.
Excuse me, Dave.
Boy.
This is actually a family podcast, so
Yeah. Everyone's listening right now.
Understood. So, aside from the McGregor logo on this plastic, the inside of it has words all over it. They look like titles of shows, although you don't recognize any of them. They must be some of McGregor's obscure favorites, maybe. They seem to be the same 4 titles over and over again. The first one says The 12th. The next one is
I do have a question. Sorry about
Yeah?
that. Is it the number 12 TH or is it spelled 12th?
It's
Does that matter?
12th, the word.
Okay.
I don't know if it matters, but I'm just going with my notes. I don't
like
think
it.
I wouldn't say it matters, but yeah. All right, the next one is an obvious noise, and obvious is in inverted commas. The third one is just wickedly smart.
ooh.
And the fourth one, meat of pigs.
Meat is in the food.
M-E-A-T.
Okay.
Yep.
Pork.
Food made of pigs.
I have to say, I'm looking ahead through some of the notes of this room. I'd forgotten how difficult this one is.
Good.
Wonderful.
That makes me feel a lot better, to be honest. Like, we keep having great ideas, and I'm like, oh, we're on to something, and then we're
wrong.
Flops.
I mean, you've been onto a lot of things. It's just, oh no, there's one extra thing you need before you can do that.
Yeah, okay.
Native pigs. The 12th, obvious noise, wickedly smart.
The 12. So there's no clock in the in this room.
No, just your innate sense of how much time is passing and
One
keeping the
sundial.
rhythm. Yeah, you're keeping the rhythm of the show in your head, so you know how much time you've got left.
There we
Gandalf
go.
said a wizard's never late, right?
There, yeah.
God, you hope
Okay.
you're a wizard.
The 12. Obvious noise. Wickedly smart.
I'm not.
Pigs. Could these like be obvious names for something else? So like the 12th could be noon or midnight, and then an obvious noise could be something, and then meat of pigs would be pork, and wickedly smart would be genius or something like that.
So almost like crossword clues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the actual names mean something. Like, they got it, right?
Yes.
I don't know why I keep thinking an obvious noise, since it's like... Did you say that was in, like, quotes?
Yeah, just the word
Obvious.
obvious
Yeah, in quotes.
was.
That makes me think, for some reason, that has something to do with this speaker that's just hissing barely.
Yeah.
That-
Because that would be the obvious noise.
But I
Yeah.
mean, it could be way off
Could
here, because
have
that's only
nothing to
one of
do.
this 4-part thing. Wickedly frickin' smart. I don't know who that is.
12.
There's 12 letters.
And we still
in
got-
that
we still got
combination of
mango.
letters that she gave us.
We still got Mango we're dealing with, too.
So far, yeah, we're at more questions asked than answered.
That's good. That's a good place
The
to be in
12th
an
letter of
escape
that
room.
that
Yeah.
sequence of letters is R.
God.
It's probably not important, but
One day you'll find out what to do with that sequence of letters. It'll be the answer to something.
hey, that's probably the very last thing.
That's actually just our stage cues.
Yeah. Yes, it's just some
God.
flavor text. There's no puzzle in it.
Yeah. We've been focusing
Is this there
way
to
too
look
hard
at?
on these letters.
Misdirection.
Okay.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
And we still don't know what the deal with his favorite show, Broadway song, and character is.
Yeah, that's going to be
missing
what makes
musician.
this room so hard, is that you sort of have 4 goals.
Escape and
Yeah.
find out those 3 things.
Oh man.
I'd like to say right now that our character gets into costume very quick and
Oh,
gets
yeah.
his face ready and things like that. We got to be stage ready.
Yep,
we're
you're-
stage
We're
ready,
ready
now.
the second
looking
that
good.
door is open. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going straight from the door to stage. Okay.
We're locked in a green room. We're not amateurs. This isn't our fault.
The 12.
Oh, I'm drawing on myself. Oops. All right. Go on out of this room.
So yeah, what are the open ends that you've got? Like, do you have 4 open ends right now or thereabouts? So you've got
Yeah.
Missing musician.
you've got,
You've got-
missing musician, mango pouch, and
Yep.
this plastic, and
Yes.
the crazy bathroom code.
Yes.
So there's always a chance
crazy
that that's
code.
like one of each thing. So only one of those will get you out of the room, and the rest is the side quest.
Filler.
Ugh.
Not filler.
Well, we're solving them all still. obviously.
Absolutely.
Gathering quests.
But saying if one is
Played The
stumping you,
Witcher.
you can always try a different one.
Sure. So do we
That's
want
the
to
problem is I'm trying all 4 of them simultaneously.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Focus your efforts.
Playing 4D chess here.
So what could the women and men mean? The
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the woman, man, woman, men.
What happens when we flush the toilet? Is that our obvious noise?
Is that an option?
Well, that's the thing. It's not just that it's an obvious noise, because that wouldn't have any quotation marks in it. It's that the quotation marks around obvious are interesting.
Yeah,
It's
that's
So
what's...
an obvious noise.
Oh, it's just obvious? I did all of it. Okay.
so it could be like not obvious.
That's
Man.
what I
It
was
could be
thinking
like
of.
an obvious noise, right, Tony?
Yeah.
Small sound. Is is not
This is a
obvious.
small town girl.
So even though the mic pack is plugged in to the speaker, it's still just letting out that hiss. That's nothing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you plug anything into the mic as it's plugged in, or is the one port being
No,
taken up
that's-
by the
that's it.
speaker? Okay.
Okay.
Can we plug? So we can't plug the keyboard into the mic.
No, that won't work.
Can we plug the
Dang
keyboard into the speaker?
No, I don't think you'll have a cable
No.
that can do that.
Okay.
All right.
We'll try anything.
Yeah.
We're desperate.
I reckon the mango pouch might be the.
Because you found a pouch,
Well,
right?
yeah,
You guys were solid in finding pouches. The thing that you're missing
pouch.
is mango. So maybe
Yeah.
you need to search for mango.
I'm gonna find. Is there a mango in the trash?
Wow.
Is that too
If
obvious?
that had gone without me mentioning it before, that says a weird thing about my lifestyle.
There's no mangoes in the toilets, are there?
No.
Yeah. Where's this
In
mango?
high school, I did some weird things.
Is there maybe a like a mango flavored lip balm or something on
Ooh.
the
Oh,
Anything makeup related?
Oh.
You start taking a look through, and you don't see any lip balms. Apparently, people go for the standard unscented kind of those. But
Yeah.
if you follow your nose, you do recall there was a specific thing or set of things that were scented. Do you remember what those were? Like,
Dear.
No.
that was the hairsprays.
Oh, the hairsprays.
Oh,
Is there
okay.
a mango hairspray?
Yeah, you have
I
a
didn't know
sift.
hairsprays could be scented.
Oh, scented? Absolutely. You sift through them and you find all sorts of things. You see passion fruit, you see rose water, all sorts of fancy things. And you do find one bottle of mango scented hair styling spray. It is on this brand's list of scents, it is scent number 14.
Okay. What's the 12th scent of that brand? Is that something we can find in there?
Apparently no one owns that one. There's no number 12
Let's
here.
Let's go to mic pouch number 14.
Okay, you go to Mike.
and number 12.
You go.
I can find that 12.
Number 12.
Picking very specific things.
Number
Specific
12
things.
is your microphone. No.
my God.
Anyway, pouch 14. Microphone pouch 14. It looks the same as the others. So it still has McGregor's logo above the number 14. And under the number 14, it still has that long serial code. But since you've been indicated that maybe this pouch is important, you actually take a good look at that serial code. And it says 7#. What do you call that? The pound sign?
Yeah.
In America?
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Cool.
Pound
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah, hashtag.
Tag, yeah.
Hashtag.
7 hashtag 6 hashtag 5 5 5 5 5 5. Okay, there's a lot of 5. They start to blur into each other. But there are heaps of them and no numbers after that. So just 7 hashtag 6 hashtag and then lots of 5s.
Okay.
Okay, so we have solved mango pouch.
Yeah, cross it off.
Give,
So we can get
just
rid of
Yes,
that.
that
give.
is.
Let's give ourselves a pat on the back for
Yeah.
that quick. We're doing it.
Making baby steps here.
So the
We need to check those
hashtag
pouches.
pound sign, I'm pretty sure, can also mean sharp on a keyboard.
That's what I was thinking, but those aren't. But
Yeah.
would those represent the keys 7 and
So
6?
it'd be 7 sharp, 6 sharp, whatever that means.
whatever
but-
note that is on the keyboard.
Yeah, but I don't know what that would. Haven't figured that out.
Yeah, I think what would be 7 perhaps if you were thinking keyboard letters.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. G.
All right.
And then
sharp.
G. Okay, G sharp. And then 6 would be F sharp. And then 5 B,
E sharp.
E.
No sharp.
No sharp, yeah. Just
Oh
E.
yeah, there's no sharp.
All
Yeah.
right. So what would you like to do with this information?
Let's play them on the keyboard.
Let's
You
take
may
a
not be the
quick nap.
bestest of keyboardists, but you know how to press G sharp, F sharp, and a whole bunch of E's. So you do that, and would you like to
I will
sing
do
what that
this.
sounds like?
So you do that. I don't think anything happens.
No.
But here's what you hear, and this is
If
a clue.
this is gonna be hot cross buns, I'm
This
gonna
is-
shit my pants.
this is a clue for Tony specifically. Are you ready?
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
It sounds
Yeah.
like this. Bing, 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 bing.
Mary had a little lamb.
And that's 5 kids on for agents.
So we play those 3 notes, and then the 5 just repeats itself.
Well,
Yeah.
because there's so many 5s written in that serial code, you play it for a while.
Time.
Just play it a lot. Okay. So it doesn't continue to play when you stop
No.
playing it. Okay. That's hot cross buns.
You try it one more time, and you get a little bit more rhythm to it, and it now goes. Bing, 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 ba, bing, 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 ba, bing, bing.
Wow, now it is a professional keyboard. Now we're really rocking it, breaking it down. Okay. Man, that seems important, but it's not helping me.
Yeah, sure. It stirs in your memory. You haven't been in this show yourself, but it's definitely a familiar song. It's quite an important song from a
Could
certain
it be in the music
musical.
scores?
Oh no.
No, the music scores are just from this show, but it's from one of the classics. It may, in fact, have been from one of the shows that you mentioned before we started the escape
Wicked.
room.
Oh,
Wicked.
No.
No, I mentioned Joseph
No?
in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I mentioned West Side Story, and I mentioned
American Idiot.
American
I think
Idiot.
those were the... that
And
was
Trouble
better.
at the Talent Show.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no,
And
so,
And the Crucible.
your characters, being well versed in musical theatre, realize that it is actually Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. This is the song. It was red and yellow and green and brown and purple and black and
Man.
ruby.
The
and
most
gold and lilac
remarkable feat of musicianship.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, I haven't seen that in forever.
Okay.
Tried to forget it.
So
That's embarrassing.
So on playing it, you realize that tune is the Coat of Many Colors song from Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
The amazing show.
Oh,
Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah. Okay, coat of many colors. Is there a coat of many colors on the rack, perchance?
Hey,
Yeah.
it kind of stands out quite a lot compared to the other costumes. Yes,
It should. It's a lot of colors.
It's red, it's yellow, it's green, it's brown, it's blue, it's lilac, it's fawn,
Wow.
it's gold, it's chocolate,
Bing,
it's
bing,
mauve.
bing, bing.
Oh my god.
It looks handsome,
Okay.
it looks smart. It's like a walk-in work of art.
I want to put that coat on over my costume and then look in the pockets.
absolutely. A little bit loose and heavy on you, but you do so. And in one of the pockets, you notice there's something sort of pinned in there. You pull it out, and it is a small old Polaroid.
All right.
It's a photo of 5 young people in this very change room, sitting on the chairs, smiling and waving at the camera person. They're dressed in their costumes, and judging by the young man on the far right, they're performing Joseph. He's wearing the Technicolor Dreamcoat. On the back of the Polaroid, there is a little message. Get your voice on, Bill.
You see a message. Congratulations, Lucas. A perfect leading man. I'm honored to have you as my favorite actor in my theater company and sitting in my favorite seat, no less. I put a lot of work into my favorites, and you haven't let me down yet. Here's to many more great shows. Regards, Marius.
Wow.
So McGregor's favorite.
Yeah, we found his favorite
Players,
person.
probably,
We
yeah.
found his favorite
his
chair.
favorite is definitely Technicolor. Yeah. So Lucas is his favorite.
Well, that's a person, so his
Oh,
character would be
Joseph.
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 Maybe.
Well, he does
Well, I mean,
specifically only mention
maybe.
favorite person, favorite chair. Does
Oh,
he mention any
yeah.
other favorites in that note?
No, he just says he puts a lot of work into his favorites. So yeah, he does say favorite actor.
Okay.
His actor is Lucas.
Lucas, that does not have anything to do with the character. Okay.
And he was sitting at the end. Mm-hmm. So he's the man at the end, and then woman, man, woman.
Ooh, there you go.
I don't know what it means though yet.
Man, woman, man, woman, man.
Yeah, are they in that order by any chance?
Yeah, are they woman, man, woman, man?
That was from the left. Yes, I guess. I
Yeah.
wasn't
Woman,
singing
man,
in any
woman,
order.
Okay. So, all right.
So do we recognize people in this picture?
No,
No.
just
okay.
past actors, I guess.
What song were we singing to figure that
That
out?
was
Just,
the song Joseph's
Coat of
Coat.
Many Colors.
Joseph's coat.
Joseph's Coat.
Man, if your favorite show is Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat and your favorite character is not Joseph, that's classy.
That's pitiful.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's good on him for watching it more than once, I guess.
yeah.
But it is weird that the only thing, when he mentioned that was just his favourite chair.
Yeah.
This guy's a bit weird.
Do we need to check the chair out more?
Yeah, can we check out like the fifth
is that specific
chair?
chair have something on it?
Can we throw the blush on the chair?
Absolutely.
I like it.
Yes.
Now that you've got your focus in on this chair, you're not just going to do a simple look at it, look underneath it. You're going to check every goddamn inch of it. And
All right.
you do so, you flip over, and it takes you a long time to see anything, but on the very bottom of each chair leg, you find something written in pen.
Sadly,
Oh, boy.
however, Ethan then throws a bunch of blush on it, and you can't read them anymore.
Ruins it.
And you start forever, and the room is over.
It's the-
This is not the first time Ethan's completely ruined my life.
Yeah, I am so good at that.
All right, well, thank you for having us on the show. It was lovely recording with you.
Yeah.
We'll get
Right at the end.
See ya! All right, I'm out.
All right. What do these legs tell us?
All right,
Yeah.
so on the two back legs, so on the left and right, respectively, you see written the numbers 47 and 250. On the front right leg, you see 6.4. And on the front left leg, there are 3 arrows, one on top of the other. First, there's a down arrow, as in like pointing towards the back of the chair. Then a right arrow, then a diagonal down right arrow.
And 250 was on the right leg or the left leg in the back?
The right leg.
And that right and left is if you are facing the bottoms of the 4 legs.
Sure.
So you don't need to do any flipping or
No.
contorting in your head as to seated orientation versus leg orientation.
Oh, actually, my mistake. There was something that you haven't checked out yet.
Oh, no.
There was the
Oh, no.
there was other sound equipment stuff. So there was the microphones and the other half of the sound stuff.
Let's look in there.
Better start my next page.
Let's recheck that out.
Sprint over there right now.
Let's look at
Are
that.
you right, Bill?
Yeah, no, all good.
Cool. Yeah, so on the other half, so you checked out the half of the sound stuff that contained the microphones. The other half is the stuff that is absolutely never, under any circumstances, allowed to be touched by the cast. Stage crew only. Because this is the backstage radios. And there's one radio left in here, presumably a spare, in case any of the others malfunction. All that there are on it are an on-off button, the button you hold down to speak, and a pair of up-down buttons that change the frequency.
So my guess is that it's going to go, the arrows are going to make it go in order. So the first number is going to be 47, the second number is going to be 6.4, and then the third number is going to be 250, whatever that means.
Oh.
Because then that matches the legs, the arrows on the legs.
Lucky for you, radio frequencies do tend to come in sets of numbers separated by a decimal point roughly in the middle like that.
Okay, well, can we go to channel 6.4?
Channel 476.4250.
Oh, it's all one. Okay. That's what I meant, of course.
At first, you mess with the radio. It's a very forbidden action. You feel terrible. You reach that channel, and nothing happens at first. But then after a few seconds, you hear a voice coming through it. Stage left, go. It's the stage manager. You've accessed the stage crew's radio channel.
All right.
So
Okay.
yeah, you press the talk button. You call for help, and a few seconds later, you hear, "Who is that?" You blurt out everything that's happened, and they clearly have no idea what's going on. The crew doesn't usually get involved in fights between cast members.
Oh, come on. There's no time to sit
It's
on
like
a
every
fence.
horror movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. The stage manager says, look, I don't have time for this. None of us do. We're mid-show. Petra, go help unlock the change room, but you've got 2 minutes, okay? Go. So the one called Petra stays on the line with you while the others go back to doing their stage instructions. And you hear her knocking on the door to let you know that she's arrived, but the door doesn't open.
Oh my no.
Hello? I can't make it work. I don't have any tools or anything like that. The crew does keep some emergency tools hidden in the change room. You've got to use the map to find them.
Map?
Oh.
Yeah, like our last stage manager, she wrote up some directions on one of the toilet doors. I don't know how they go. There was a squiggle that meant the keyboard, and there was a frowny face that meant the speaker. Sorry, I've really got to get back.
Oh my
Squiggle
God.
to the right.
Petra,
It's
how are you
squiggle
so-
to the right, frowny.
Informative, but also so helpless. Okay.
So squiggle is the keyboard. Frowny is the speaker. So
Let's start by looking at the map. Let's go over to that bathroom door and look at the map.
Yeah.
Unless we just did.
Yeah.
Well, as far as you can tell, the only
It was-
thing that she could possibly be referencing is those 3 symbols and then that whole bunch of letters and numbers that you saw earlier.
So she has no information. She just let us know that that's there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Thanks,
she
Petra.
told you what the squiggle
Good.
was and what
Thank
the
you.
frowny face was.
yeah, we
I
did.
guess,
But it's a
yeah,
map.
Okay.
That's fair.
So the keyboard to the right of the keyboard is the speaker.
Unless the keyboard needs to be plugged into the speaker.
You tried
I
that
asked
earlier and it
that.
didn't work.
Yeah, the keyboard cannot be plugged in.
I say,
You've
we tried that.
You've still
We
got
didn't
that,
have that
mic
option.
pack just sort of swinging sadly from the
Sure.
speaker, still
Yeah.
not making
Yeah.
any noise.
Is there another mic pack that we can plug into and never mind, that's a dumb idea.
Like a long chain, a daisy chain of mic packs across the room.
Yeah, I don't know.
We
I don't
know we
know.
can
Is
just,
there a
we can just
window we
radio
can
to
jump
it.
out of? Just hope they hold.
Yeah.
I mean, have any of you actually tried opening that door?
Yes.
Okay, good.
In the intro.
Opening the
Can we
front
I was
door.
gonna say, I thought that was the first thing we tried.
You know.
Let's try to open the door, guys.
You'd be surprised. Basically, the motto of our show is check the door, because I tend to hide clues on the door itself and people
But I
never
think
look at
this
it.
one doesn't have
No,
any.
this is too early for
Yeah,
check the
I
Yeah,
door.
let's look at the door.
So you're fine. You're fine.
I'd like-
All right. That's
You,
good
you
to
had the
know.
toilet doors. That was good enough.
Yeah.
So are there tiles on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Are they movable?
I still think that these letters, I think that it means 3 to the right, 2 to the left, 5 to the left, 6 to the left. But
it would make sense as a map, yeah. But what?
I mean, is there any
it'd
kind
be
of
like 9 forward,
grid
3
system
right,
or
2
anything
left,
on
yeah.
this map, or is that it? Everything that Petra explained and we've seen is it?
Yeah, that seems to be about it. And yeah, you're saying that there are tiles on the floor, and yeah, there are, but they're pretty small. There's a lot of them. You can't just, 9 tiles doesn't get you very far, so.
Gotcha.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, what did we decide the squiggle and stuff meant?
The squiggle is the
Squiggle's
keyboard, and
Frowny is the speaker.
Keyboard.
We
And
don't
then
know
the
what the arrow
speaker.
references other than direction.
Other than direction, yeah.
We still have stuff with this meat of pigs and wickedly smart, right?
Yeah, you've still
Yeah.
got that one. You've now got this map, and you've still got missing musician.
man. Is the keyboard movable, or is it pretty
Barely.
heavy?
It's very heavy.
Okay,
Okay,
we won't
okay.
try then.
That's good to know, though. All right, I'm getting us out of here. Let's get back on that radio and just scream as loud as we can for as long as we can.
Just distract everyone. Yeah.
It's
Stage
Stop
manager.
it.
This whole
speaker
play.
A
movable.
stage manager comes back and says, "You're ruining everything." He's in the audience. Marius McGregor is looking angry. He's about to walk out. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right,
No,
we
no,
won't do that
no.
then.
We can reach the speaker, right?
Yeah, now that you got
With
a
the-
chair.
On our chair.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, can we move it? Like, take it
Oh,
off or remove
no, it's
it,
very
or
much attached
in
to the
any sort of
wall.
way? Okay.
So what in the room haven't you used to solve puzzles yet?
the
shoes in the bathroom.
the sign-in
Yeah.
the sign-in sheet.
Nice.
Sign-in sheet.
Yeah.
Can we look at the sign-in sheet again?
Yeah, cool. Is there anything in particular that you want to notice about it that you want to look for that might be different than the first time?
Who did not? Well, I guess there's some laziness of people not signing in. I was going to say we could figure out the missing musician, but
Well, that's interesting. If you look specifically at the musician section, you're right. There are a couple of people that have just been lazy here and there. There is one that seems like he was exceptionally lazy, but in a very weird way, because he hasn't signed his attendance for a single performance, and yet he has said that he has returned his music. He's returned book. So this is Carlos Alejandro Ramirez, and he has returned book number 20, despite never showing up at the theater.
interesting.
Can we check the
Yeah.
music score?
Yeah.
You take a look through it for anything unusual. Oh, so he's one of the people that has very bad etiquette when it comes to erasing pencil marks. Note that he's written a couple of things in pen.
Ooh, Carlos.
The gall of this guy.
Yeah, and the things that you found written in pen are 3 from Min, 4 from Max.
3 from men. 4 from Max.
And that's on all the packs.
Yeah. So let's go back to that speaker pack and let's go the first dial, let's do 3 from Min, and then the second dial, let's do it 4 from Max.
All right, so the one that's attached to the speaker.
Correct.
Cool. So you set the first dial to 3 from the minimum, next one 4 from the maximum, and suddenly the static disappears. That was all that was going wrong with it. Now you hear words. There's an automated message coming from it. It's a fire safety message. It's going through emergency exits and evacuation points for the building. You only really start paying attention.
Oh, the door locked because we're dying in a
yeah.
fire.
It mentions the change rooms.
Okay.
For fire safety purposes, please do not lock Magnalocks on change room doors for more than 10 minutes. Should a Magnalock become stuck in the locked position, please swipe your metallic ID card in the gap above the door handle to activate override function.
So we got to find that ID card.
We gotta find
We
that
don't
ID
have
card.
that, dude.
Your
Unlock
metallic ID card. No, you do not have any such ID card.
Petra, come back.
We gotta find it.
Betcha we figured it out. Just slide one under the door. Okay. So we got to find that ID card.
Is that okay? We still have this map, right?
Is there anything worth noting in the shoe boxes? The 2 pairs of boots, 2 pairs of flats, and 1 pair of tap dancing shoes.
I don't think there's anything unusual about them. I mean, is there anything that you would like to know about boots, tap dancing shoes,
There's
or
nothing
ballet
in
shoes?
them?
No,
Is there anything? Okay. What are the sizes of the shoes? Does that matter?
it does not matter. They're all so well used that the sizes have been long since worn away.
Oh, couldn't
Oh,
even
man.
figure it out if we wanted to.
Okay.
Now, do we? Man, okay, so we got all these 4 play names. We got the map. Did we figure out
We gotta
his
find-
so we know his favorite show. Did we figure out his character for sure?
No, we never did.
We have not. So we got.
I'll let
So
you know,
we've-
if you get to the getting out of the room stage, the other bits, you can continue doing those, but you get a semi-clue about how to arrange your thoughts for those.
Oh, okay. So we've used up the chairs, I believe, with getting the code for the radio. His name does spell out car.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
You're correct.
True.
Carlos Alejandro.
His favorite
Ramirez.
show is Grease.
At most, at most, that's a clue.
Is it really?
And at least it's
Grease
a
Lightning.
Probably not. Whose favorite show is Grease?
so his favorite character is Danny Zuko, huh?
Oh, wow. Look at that.
You can almost
Okay.
taste it.
I know.
So far away. This map has still got me stumped with this
That
keyboard
smiley
and
face.
speaker.
Yeah, the frowny.
that we've seemingly figured out this speaker. How does this connect to the keyboard? Can we?
So, what were you trying to do with this map? What did Petra tell you were trying to do again?
Trying to find the tools to get the door open.
Yeah, so there is a
Yeah.
hidden toolbox somewhere in the room, and this is...
And that was supposed to be the key to find it.
Yeah, and what constitutes the map, right? It's the squiggly line and the frowny face, and what else?
Squiggly arrow,
The arrow
And then
to
an
the
arrow.
right.
arrow, frowny
And
face.
then the...
And this points to the frowny
Yeah.
face. And then the code, the 9
And then the
F,
code.
3R, 2L, 5L.
Yeah.
So all that
So-
together is a map, in inverted commas, a quote unquote map.
So from toilet 2,
Wait, where are you getting
pointing
the
to
toilet?
the frowny face, which represents... Because the code was at toilet 2.
Oh yeah.
So to the right, to the speaker, and then 9F3, I don't know what that code means.
You're absolutely, like, you've been sort of saying correct things regarding it the whole time. It's just putting it all together in one, like, in one coherent thought sentence.
If I face the speaker, go 9 tiles forward, 3 to the right,
We've
2
been
to the
told
left,
that the
5
tiles
to the
do not
left.
help us.
Yeah,
We're
it's-
specifically told that.
Well, I mean,
1-inch tiles.
Or is it 9? Is it 9 paces forward?
I mean, that's some pretty
Three
classic
paces to the
map
right.
terminology. You got to get into your pirate
Yeah.
mindset.
God,
Yeah, of
you're
course,
so right.
yeah, I know. So 9 paces
9
forward,
paces
3 paces to the
forward,
right, 2 paces
3
to
to
the
the
left,
right,
5
2 to
paces
the
to the left,
Find the-
5 to the left.
so just to clarify, you said that you were facing the
6 to the
speaker. Where
left.
were you starting from when you did those paces?
I'm starting at toilet 2.
Starting from
Well, we should
toilet...
start at the keyboard.
Let's
right?
start at the
And
keyboard,
go
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna walk 9 steps forward, and
But
then
heading to the right of the keyboard, right? So we're
Yeah.
we're at the keyboard.
You're at the
Pivot,
keyboard.
right.
You are facing
Pivot.
the speaker.
okay.
Speaker, which is
All right.
above my head when I'm standing at the door.
So we,
So
so we
based on...
do.
Let's do that. Go through that. You've got your own maps. I just want to see how close you will get to each other. Can you try to draw a little thing on your maps and
Okay.
see where you think you will end up?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
whoever is
I don't want
closest
to.
gets a prize.
Oh no.
Wow.
I told you at the start that my map had a big cross over it. That was because I was working out maps.
Did we say the speaker in the ceiling? Is that the middle of the room?
It was by the door.
By the door.
By
So
the
in the
door. Oh, okay,
bottom,
okay.
in the south wall,
Start
Yeah.
at the
classic door placement.
keyboard.
I've run into the wall.
Look.
I've very run into the wall.
All right. So I.
See,
This
we
is a
ha-
bit of bonus fun. Like,
Oh,
you're not gonna
totally.
get
This
rolled.
doesn't. Yeah, we're not going to punish you for this. I'm just really curious to see how it ends up compared to the last time we played this. We had the players in person, so I could oversee their maps.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Is it toilet 1?
It
I'm
is.
just getting back to the. I'm getting back to. Wait, what happened?
It's toilet 1! I did it!
Oh,
Ethan gets a prize.
Oh yeah. All right.
it was in the back of
Yes!
the toilet.
Well, not quite. Like
I was
you
gonna
find
say.
a way.
I said I wanted to take those backs off the toilet.
Oh, totally. No, so this is where the tiles actually come into play because it's one of the outer corner tile, like one of the outer corners of the stalls. One of the tiles that it is sitting on there is a bit loose, right where the corner of the stall meets the floor.
Whoa.
You-
We'd like to pull that up.
Yeah, you pick
Pick it up. I want to get that card.
And there is a hole in the floor. And reaching inside, I mean, you don't pull out a whole toolkit like Petra promised. Instead, what's inside is just a small but sturdy pair of pliers. Pliers is the same in both countries,
Pliers,
right?
Do we all? Are we
Yeah,
all aware
yeah,
of
yeah.
pliers?
Yeah, that's pliers.
We had a whole
yeah.
saga in our
Like a
last
needle
episode
nose,
where we
yeah.
called something a spanner for a long time until they were like, "Is that a wrench?" We're like, "Yeah, okay, yes, it's a wrench."
Yeah, spanner wrench.
Yeah, that would have been lost on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pliers were good.
I would have got that. I would have got spanner
Oh,
wrench.
good.
Yeah, well, you
would've
do
been
a lot
fine.
of stuff that.
I do a lot of things
Yeah.
with my hands. I'm good.
No.
Yeah.
Can we?
Yep.
Can we get back to that speaker and just take it apart with the pliers, or is that useless?
You know what? I said that you could break stuff, so you can. It won't help.
Okay.
I just want to break it to stop the flyer code message going out.
It's been going
Opposed to just
constantly.
stopping the,
Yeah.
I'm going
the taking out the mic pack.
All right. So what are these pliers going to do for us here?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do for me?
Can we take apart part of the toilet?
Again, yes, but won't help.
Okay. So we don't want to disassemble something, most likely.
So what do you need right now? Like, what do you need to get out of the room?
I need
We need
that card.
metallic key. Yeah.
You need a metallic ID card to open this magnetic lock. Now, it also said just to stick it into the door frame.
Can we just shove these pliers in there and?
Yeah, can we just shove the pliers in the slider?
Well, they won't fit, but yeah, you do get the sort of feeling that it's nothing to do with it being an ID card.
And more to do with it being metallic.
Yeah, that will screw with the magnet.
Yeah, metallic.
But yes, the pliers
yeah.
are too thick to fit in that door gap.
I mean,
So can we set it just against the
are
metal
they
part?
metal enough
against
to open the door?
No, apparently, according to that fire thing, it definitely needs to be inserted.
Oh man.
Can we? Is there something we've encountered that was metal we could like pry off?
That was
Yeah,
metal
could we
and
like
thin.
take
yeah,
part of the?
like off the keyboard?
Well, the keyboard doesn't have any metal.
What about the
Like-
sign-in sheet that it was
Or-
hanging on?
No.
Nah, that was
Blue
there a
tack
clip
to
on
the
it?
wall.
fancy paper.
We are about to get real violent in here.
is,
Clothes hanger. What about one of the clothes hangers for the costume?
Ah, they're all plastic.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
dang.
McGregor's going cheap on
yeah,
us.
what the one
Fancy
time he
plastic.
skins?
They're all wooden. They're all wooden
Man of
coat hangers.
luxury.
Okay, that's
So you
probably
need
should have
something,
logo
and
on
thinking
it.
of an ID card, something roughly thin, rectangular, and metal.
Something we can just
Is,
rip apart.
can we use the pliers to pry the metal off of the bottom of the tap dance shoes?
Those do indeed look like thin, rectangular shapes of metal.
Ooh,
Austin.
Austin!
Look
Let's
at
blow this
this.
joint. Let's get the heck out of here.
It takes a lot of force, but you
This one I
managed.
thought you couldn't get any
You
dumber.
managed to separate the metal from the shoe. Now you have a very ordinary chorus shoe with some holes in it and a small, thin slab of metal.
All right. Let's fish that in there.
Okay, let's
All right.
shove that sucker in the door gently.
Slider.
You
progressively.
gently but also forcefully at the same time shove it into the door, which bursts open, and you fly out. You bowl over the poor crew member Petra, who is still sort of hanging around, unsure of what to do. You can hear
That
your
was 2
character's
minutes?
entrance song coming from the orchestra pit. So you sprint through the wings, and right on cue, you make it. The audience has no unusual reaction, which is good, because that means they didn't notice anything. Your castmates, though, or their facial expressions are not happy. They look shocked and dismayed. Good.
Suck it, Emma.
Yeah, you're not going to let their blatant bullying get in the way of your show.
Your understudy is in the wings, like about to step on stage, and then they're just, oh.
Blow right past him, shove him over.
Oh wow!
Keep going.
What a conspiracy!
Dream on.
It goes
Man.
fantastically. And after the show, which could not have gone any better even on the best of nights, you emerge from backstage into the foyer of guests, and you immediately make contact with Marius McGregor himself.
Okay.
He is wearing a suit that has his own logo on it several times. He
Of course.
loves that thing, and he's also wearing a very broad grin on his face. I got to take his
are you
voice
doing
now.
it now?
Yep, you are outstanding, he says. That was a truly memorable performance.
Are you making fun of me? Hey, what are you doing over there? To my voice. Get out of here.
Where's the real Marius here?
You'll never know which is the real Marius.
I'm so glad I wore my favorite coat for this performance. Out of curiosity, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Please.
You freeze, and you go, wait, I'm not sure yet if I know what his 3 favorite things are, and you're sure that that's what he's about to ask you.
Oh no!
So you very quickly excuse yourself to go to the bathroom. And you run back into the green room to see if there are any last minute hints or clues or anything that you missed to figure out how you should answer these questions. And you think...
Well, all we need is the
And
character.
you think of how strange it was that he mentioned that ridiculous looking coat was his favorite coat. He has a lot of favorites, and it's almost like he labels them. He really likes people to know where his favorite things are and what they are. And I don't know if you've paid much attention to this fact, but throughout your adventure in this green room, you have seen his logo in a few places.
Yeah,
no.
definitely.
Not only that, he's mentioned a couple of things as being his favorite things.
Oh no.
Favorite chair.
Yeah, he definitely had a
Yeah.
favorite chair.
Okay.
We got a favorite show, Broadway song. What's his character?
Well,
Where
we
else
gotta-
have you
we gotta
seen his
use-
label? Have
we
you
saw
seen
it
his
on the
logo?
flowers. We saw it on the mic
Mike pack.
pouches.
The mic pouch, yeah. We saw it on the hangers, the nice wood hangers.
Did you?
I don't think that had his logo on it. I think they were just
Whoa!
nice.
You just made
Oh,
that
okay.
up.
That's true. I'm taking
I think
some
you're just filling
liberties
in the
here.
blanks,
That's a
Tony.
headcanon thing. That's not.
Boy, that became canon for me. I apologize.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
He did label the canon. He has his
So,
favorite canon.
I think the things that you notice, like, he did indeed specifically mention that he had a favorite chair. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The microphone pouches did have his logo on them, and you used one of those. That was what gave you the song to play on the keyboard.
Right.
And the other two places on the plastic for the flowers, where you had all those weird show names, and also the sign-in sheet.
So
Now-
let's look.
I feel
Oh,
like
sorry.
these have something to do with the four names, right?
Oh yeah, man, I forgot about the 4 names. Holy cannoli!
Okay, so the flowers, the
Sandy,
sign-in,
Roxy,
the pouch, and what was the last one?
The chair, and the chair was a little bit different because he just specified that was his favorite. There's no logo
Yes.
on it, so maybe
Did
it's
not
just
have the
Yeah.
logo.
it's just like a weird add-on to
He just
one of
also
the
has a
others.
favorite chair because he's a weirdo.
It's my very favorite chair in this green room I'm not in very often.
He's got confidence, and I appreciate that.
All right, so this is the last challenge of the room,
All right, we're
being
so
able to
close.
interpret these ridiculous puzzles.
You've solved it.
Yeah.
You've escaped. If you need to, you can always rely on your own personal talent to see if you can get a job. But this is going to push you over the edge. This could
It's gonna really
guarantee
be-
a career.
To know for
the
sure
big break we
that
need.
we're gonna be
We've
good.
been
So
working
each-
for
Zip.
that we've been sleeping on friends' floors for this whole time. That
Wow.
we've been working 6 jobs to try and get by. Okay, if we look at the 12th pouch, I know we looked at the 14th one.
12th pouch, let's say it was currently in use. It wasn't there.
was ours.
I said it was yours, but
So could
Oh yes, that's.
I say you said it was mine.
so could each of the things that he had his label on somehow match up with one of these 4 things? Like the pouch could be an obvious noise or something along those lines.
I think it's going to be more like the clue that is on the plastic is one of his favorite things. The clue that is on the sign-in sheet relates to one of his favorite things, and the thing on the pouches relates to one of his favorite things. And then the chair is a bit extra that you need for one of them.
Wow.
Oh man.
On the plus side, you've already done one of them. The microphone pouch, you got something from that, Amit,
Yeah,
already.
what did it tell you?
What did you get from a mic pouch?
That was the numbers that gave us his favorite song. So
The song.
Absolutely.
So we got
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
So Joseph's coat.
Joseph's
Bum,
coat.
bum, 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 bum.
There it is.
How is it his favorite song?
How could I forget?
He is a vanilla man.
It's understated.
Okay, so we know his favorite song.
It's subtle and you just don't get it.
True. It's a fine song. It sticks in your head.
Okay.
Totally.
So the other things we're looking for are favorite. Oh man,
Character and show.
Show.
favorite character and favorite show.
Now the 12th one, the way that you solve that is similar to how you solved something else that was number related in this room. Actually, to do with the mic pouches again.
But the
it
12th
wasn't-
one.
Was gone.
No, the 12th mic pouch, 12th mic pouch wasn't there.
Can we just look at
The 12th is,
other ones?
yeah.
Can we look at the significant one? No, I'm just
That
kidding.
makes me very.
So yeah, do think about the significant one. Remember what you did with that significant one.
We used it
So-
to play.
Wasn't it number 20?
Yeah, it had 7
There's number
hashtags, 6
20.
hashtag 5s, and what you did with those numbers.
Just played the piano.
But how did you know what those numbers were?
7.
They were on the serial code.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were on the serial code,
Oh.
and the 5s were repeating.
What was the 12th number in the serial code?
it would have been 5.
It would
Yeah.
have been 5.
Yeah.
Rather,
Because it was...
So looking at those numbers, so what you did, you found those numbers, and then you needed to make them fit onto a keyboard. So you got that
What's the
7
12th
must
key?
represent. Well,
Is that-
now that would make sense from there. No, it's perfectly fine, right? But except we're not looking at a keyboard anymore. We're just looking at the 12th in general.
So it had just been 5.
So these puzzles aren't related. There's a similar method of solving. So you found that when you had 7, you started counting up. You needed to get to the 7th note, so you went A, B,
Sure.
C, D,
To the
E.
letter.
So
Okay.
now you're looking
Yeah.
for 12, not related to notes, but a similar solution.
To the letter. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L
Okay.
would be 12th letter.
All right.
All right. So the 12th could be L. Let's.
Wow.
Let's say
Why not?
that. for-
Why are we dancing around that? Yes, the 12th is L.
12th is L.
This is what I.
Yeah,
There was a Lucas.
was-
Is that his favorite
What
character?
would that be from?
Yeah, Lucas is his favorite character.
Well, there was more to that
Oh.
plastic.
Lucas, because on his Polaroid it said
Well,
"Congrats,
we have
Lucas,"
wicked,
and then
we
a
have
bunch of
wickedly
stuff from
smart, an
McGregor.
obvious noise, which is not probably not obvious.
12 is
Yeah, what do you think?
L.
What do you think that clue means? That obvious noise one.
I would think it's the opposite, so a very obscure noise.
Or no.
Ooh.
The quotation marks are almost literal. It's almost a noise you make to say,
Like
well, that's
like
obvious.
A, like ah. Or
Ah is a sound of discovery to me. Ah, that wasn't obvious at all. Now I understand.
okay. So an obvious.
I just say, ugh, that's obvious.
It's like, oh,
No, that's man. Well, hold on. I'm just running
I don't know.
like
Can I just run
Yeah.
through vowel sounds?
It may not be a vowel sound.
okay.
Okay.
Like, what would a person say if they were trying to get across? Well, that's obvious in a noise.
I don't know. I guess a lot of things aren't
duh?
obvious to us. Apparently.
This is terrible.
How would Billie Eilish get across the fact that something's quite obvious?
Like duh. Okay.
Duh.
Yeah, because in
Duh.
her
Yeah, that's
song
what I said,
"Bad
duh.
Guy," she says "duh."
Yeah, she says,
Yeah.
duh.
We're,
pull.
we're, yeah.
Is there a duh in here
Austin,
somewhere?
what they're doing
did
it
you
is
say that? Yes, Billie Eilish does say doo 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 doo.
Well, the keyboard does. The keyboard does.
okay. Wickedly smart. If that were to be a word, it could be like cunning or genius or
You got it first try.
Cunning.
Duh, genius.
cunning. And then pork.
And then meat of pigs.
Pork or bacon? Pork is probably more broad.
There are 3 choices for that, not just 2.
No.
For types of
Pork, bacon, swine.
What?
yeah,
There are 3 pig meats.
yeah, pork, ham, bacon.
Canadian bacon.
Oh.
Ham.
Elda Cunningham. That's probably
Elder
And when you put all of those together,
okay.
that is one of the leading characters in the Book of Mormon.
God.
Oh, would have never got that.
Oh my goodness.
We did originally write this room for a bunch of
You know
musical
what's-
theatre people, so
Yeah.
there's a couple of things that we'll supply for you.
You know what's funny is before the episode, I was going to say, like, maybe we could just act like we're about to go on as a concert. No, you can't. This room is totally built for theatrics.
Yeah.
There's a lot of musical theatre.
Yeah, there's
Which
no
is
way
not
to
our
just
forte,
force that.
but-
Well, okay, Elda Cunningham.
But, all right,
Okay, so that
you got it. Song so far is Joseph Coates.
that's his
Character so
favorite
far, you got
character.
Elder Cunningham.
So now you just need his favorite show, be it musical, play, or opera.
Musical
okay,
play or
And only 2 things left to make that.
that'd be.
All you've got is the sign-in sheet and the favorite
Well,
chair.
what if this could the sign-in sheet and the missing musician play a part together? So
Yeah, very
I
well
think they
could.
could.
maybe
Missing musician.
missing musician would be this Carlos gentleman, which I don't know anything about.
fair.
You did say something very important about him earlier.
His name is Carr.
His name spells car.
And what do you know about the favourite seat?
Lucas sat in it.
There's one other thing that you know about this seat.
The
First thing you found out about it, pretty much.
that it's labeled man.
Yeah, man.
Men.
It's labelled
Man,
men.
yeah.
Men.
Man.
Okay.
Carmen.
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 Carmen,
Carmen.
as in the famous Bizet
Carmen.
opera.
Wow. Okay.
Wouldn't have got that.
This is the behind the scenes trivia.
Yeah, no, this is this is
Again,
us
you
learning.
escaped from the room.
Yes, Carmen.
You did the escape room.
Oh, wow, what a good guess.
All right.
So like Carmen
With this-
Sandiego. Got it.
He loves
With this
the
new
show.
information under your belt, you finish what you are doing in here. You race back out to the foyer. You try not to look like you ran all of the way
Yeah.
here because he just thinks you were taking a quick bathroom break. And you approach Marius McGregor again, and he rubs his hands together and he says, "So, I have a few questions for you.
Shoot.
What
Lay it on us,
is
Marius.
your
What is your favorite
Yeah,
color?
I feel like you're going to the bridge keeper here.
What is the average weight of an unladen swallow?
All right, come on,
All right,
Marius.
you ready to ask these questions, Danny?
Well, I mean, you're Marius McGregor, really.
All right, so I ask these same questions to everybody when I get to know them. So my first question to you is, what's your favorite show? Be it musical or opera, anything like that. What's your favorite
Where in
show?
the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Carmen.
I will say Carmen.
Carmen for
Carmen, how interesting. That's my favorite show as well. Ooh. Well, here's a follow-up question. What's your favorite song? Now, I will say it doesn't need to be from Carmen. What's your favorite song in any Broadway
Joseph's
musical?
coat, even without thinking.
Joseph's coat. Yeah.
Well,
Not even a test.
I'll be. That's my favorite show.
Don't say, Marius. Oh, I feel like this is going somewhere.
I'm from North Kilt Town.
Maybe I should ask you what your favorite
That's
character
actually
is.
yes. Well, no, I will ask you one final question, and think carefully before you answer. Who is your favorite
Elder
character?
Cunningham.
And don't say Marius.
And
from
don't
Les
say
Mis.
Marius from Les Mis.
Oh, we're
People say
brown-nosing.
that to me all
We're
the time.
brown-nosing.
Oh, I'm not a brown noser. I'll tell you right now.
Well, who's your favorite
Who do you got?
character?
Who did you say, sorry?
Who's your favorite character?
I
Sorry,
don't
you
know
said.
if you've ever heard of this character, but I really like Elder Cunningham from
Book of Mormon.
from
Book of Mormon.
What was that? What?
From
Are you seriously saying your favorite
Yeah.
character is Elder Cunningham, and your favorite song is Joseph's Coat, and your favorite show is Carmen?
Hard to believe,
Yeah,
right?
that's actually
I
what
hate
we
all
are
of those.
saying,
You're
yeah.
fired.
Yeah, just if we had to spitball.
That's the actual conclusion to this. Congratulations! You're the only person who's ever answered those three questions exactly the same as me, and that
Holy
means
cannoli.
that you're a person of taste, even if you do have three heads.
Actually, I think that's
I'd like to hire you to be in my next Broadway production.
Well,
Trouble at the Talent
I
Show.
don't really know.
It's going to win many
I got
Tonys.
a lot
It's going to be
on my
great.
plate, actually. And I've been thinking about going back
Austin,
to
you're-
school. And I don't really know if this is the place for me.
Wow.
But I appreciate it.
This was fun, yeah. We do.
I'll let you know.
That's it.
Thank
you
you,
win.
Marius.
All right.
Thank you, Marius.
Congratulations, guys. You did it.
That was
Wow.
really
With a very
fun.
smooth
That was
run,
awesome, yeah.
you completed the
That was so
escape room
fun.
portion, and with a bit more of a sweaty struggle at the end. I don't know if that's the same for you, but it's really hot here.
yeah.
It
I'm
was sweaty.
cooking in here.
You finished the secret musical bonus
Oh my
at
goodness,
the end.
yeah. Thank you for really
With a
dumbing
lot
it
of
down
help.
at the end for us. Thank you for...
Well, look, I mean, those were designed with a general good rule for escape rooms in general is to not have too much outside knowledge. This one we wrote we wrote this when we were doing an amateur production of Wicked, and we wrote it for 3 members of that cast. So we knew that there was a certain amount of
gonna know.
musical theatre background
knew.
knowledge that they had that you guys wouldn't. So we supplied a little bit of that, not really needing you to identify songs or characters that you
I
might
really
not know.
feel like I shot myself in the foot by leading with, yeah, I worked in a theater for like 4 years. I really blew it there because, man, that probably built a lot of optimism that fell
The fact
apart
that
pretty
you
quickly.
said Joseph as the first one that you mentioned, I just went, "Oh, thank God!"
and then
We
here we
still
are.
blew it.
How about it?
blew it.
How about it?
But you
No,
guys
this
you
is-
did great.
Oh,
you guys
you
were
did fantastic.
on
This
the
is
ball.
100% why it should be a big old message to people why outside knowledge in escape rooms is not and
generally a
should
bad
not
idea.
be a thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the rules. I broke a massive rule with that.
Oh, wow.
And this is a good indication of why you cannot control the other people when you don't know them very well.
Sure.
But in terms of puzzle solving and exploration and looking around, you guys did great. You kept track
did
of everything.
Exactly what we said. Like, some people just throw out a random solution. Like, you suggested throwing stuff at the mirror almost right away. You almost skipped an entire puzzle because of that, but you didn't take it seriously, so you
Yeah,
didn't.
well, that's just our violent tendencies coming through. So that's not.
Yes, that's just
Oh my
us.
gosh. Well, yeah, no, this has been incredibly fun, and you guys made this so fun. We cannot thank you enough
Yeah,
for
thank you
taking
very
time
much.
out of your
And-
day to do this for
And
us.
you say this is a
Seriously,
say
thank
this
you
is
so
a
much for having us.
deviation from the way you normally do episodes.
Yeah, you should just do these all the time.
Oh yeah.
I
I'd be
agree.
very
This
happy
was
with that.
much easier for us, more stressful, but much
Yeah, this
easier.
didn't take any research, which was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have to look up anything.
No, but this has been so fun. Thank you guys so much for coming on and doing this.
1,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thank you for having us on. It was
absolutely.
great. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope it was an enjoyable change of pace for your listeners as well. I hope they didn't tune out.
And if you
man.
want, like, we make all of the notes for our rooms like available. So now that you know how this one goes, if you have anyone else that you want to either have fun with or torture, print them out, run it yourself for them.
Yeah, you can you can play the Dani role and run the games for other people. They're all freely available on the show notes of every episode. You can download the whole room and play them yourself.
Yeah, we will definitely do that. And if you
Yeah.
as the listeners want to do that, go to escapethispodcast.com and check it out. And you can also check them out. Like I think I said at the beginning of the episode, they have 90 episodes. And so you get to hear people probably much smarter than us
Get started.
solve rooms. Yeah, much faster. So yeah, it's super fun. Definitely, I hope to do this again with you guys. And then when us three get together, we will definitely print out some notes and do this because it's been so fun.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
been
put some
incredible.
friends through the ringer.
Yeah. And we won't give them a single hint.
love
We're
to
going to
watch
be
someone else
stone
do
cold
it.
about it.
Anyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? We didn't give you any hints. I'm
Oh, of
assuming
course.
you edited it all
Yeah.
out.
Crazily, we solved this room in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to edit it way down. I'm just going to put the end in.
Yeah, not 2.5 hours.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, I say we wrap it up there. We'll talk to you next time. We've got an interview next episode. It's going to be super fun. Thank you again, Dani and Bill. Is there anything that you guys want to say to anyone or anything like that? Another plug or anything before we end it?
Look, you pretty much plugged us fairly well. Yeah, you can find us. Look, escapethispodcast.com has all of our stuff. We're also on any podcatcher that you can use. We're on Twitter at @EskThisPodcast. You can find us on Instagram as Escape This Podcast. We do have another show as well called Solve This Murder. Pretty much all the details are the same, solvethismurder.com, etc. In
That's
which we
the
do
whodunit version of this
murder
show.
mysteries that I solve as a detective. So there's a kind of different change of pace, and that's a lot of fun as well. So you can check that out. That's been going for a little while now. And also, I'm going to say one thing, which is if you're listening to this and you're a podcast listener, support a Patreon. Not us, whoever you want. Because anybody who supports anybody on Patreon or in any way supports a whole community. So if any of you are already, even if it's not our show or this show or whatever, thank you. It's a wonderful way to keep this industry alive. So I hope you all are, because it's just spectacular.
I say donate to their Patreon.
I love it. Absolutely.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you want to find us, I forgot we have to promote our own stuff as well. If you want to find us on social media,
yeah,
you can find us on We're On in 5 on everything. I'm Anton, is On in 5 on everything. Ethan?
I'm Bones for Bonine on... Where am I Bones for Bonine on? I'm on Bones for Bonine at Twitter. I'm Ethan Bonine on Twitter. I got that fucked up. I'm Bones for Bonine on Instagram, and I'm Ethan Bonine on Twitter.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Find him there. Austin?
I am on Instagram as Austin_Thomas09. And I'm
Perfect.
on Twitter. It doesn't matter.
Thomas
I'm not active on any of
A.A.F.
it.
Thomas AAF. Yeah, so thank you again. Thank you for listening. Thanks for listening to our stupidity. We apologize if we've caused you guys any stress or anything like that. Because man, we were struggling. We were on the struggle bus for a long time. So until next episode, have a good time out there.